Hello, this is Professor Gibson. Welcome to a video on Chapter 11, Section 2 for Math 115. We'll have to see when we get to the end if you agree with me or not. I think this was the easiest section in the book probably. So what is in 11.2 is just literally 5 types of graphs. You just have to learn how to draw them. The technology makes the drawing pretty quick and easy, not quite as quick for the last one, but um, as you'll see, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through questions that are an example of each one and show you how to draw them. So the first one's a bar graph, number one. Um, you know what it says to drag the bar to change the value? I really don't recommend that because you'll see, like for the first one, 13,981, it's very hard to have a precise enough control to do that. But if you click in the box with a little number, 13,981, hit tab, the first tab, right? So that puts in the 13,981 and brings you to the next box, 5002, tab, right? 533, tab, 1599, tab, and 1189, tab. That's really it. They made that about as easy as possible. Okay, all right, the next one is let's see, what do we call it here? The next one is a pie chart. Number 3 is an example. So they want you to put in percentages. Okay, pie chart's usually about percentages. About the one thing you need to do here is calculate a little bit, put all the numbers in and figure out what the percentages are. Typically what you do is you round to the nearest whole number. That's what they're asking for. Now the one thing you got to watch out for is when you round to a whole number, every once in a while it'll add up to 101 or 99. And so then you'll have to take whichever number is closest to rounding up or down, depending on how you're off, and adjust it. All right, so what I would recommend you do, like I've got an Excel sheet open here, type them into Excel, 16, 30, 38, 19. All right, 16, 30, 38, 19. All right, highlight them all plus the next one. Come over here and add them up. Okay, then come over here and for each one, I'm going to type equals, highlight the count for that row, slash for divide, come over and divide it by the total. All right, equals, highlight the count for that row, slash for divide, pick the total. Equals, highlight the count for that row, slash for divide, arrow down, pick the total. And then one more, equals, highlight the number, slash for divide, arrow down one, arrow over one, hit enter. Now, so what we're going to do for each one is we're just going to we'll round to the nearest percent. I'm going to leave the numbers with the extra decimals in case we end up having to make an adjustment at the end. So 15.5 is 16. Tag. 29.1 is 29. Whoa. 29. All right. 36.89 is going to be 37. It's just not. Yes, when we're flipping away and coming back, it's losing our place. 37. And then the last one it says, so 18.4 would be 18. Okay, so we can eyeball and check and see. 16 and 29 is 45. 52, 82, yes, it says right up to 100. All right, so the only thing that happens is every once in a while, because of rounding, it doesn't add to 100, and you just have to adjust one of them. And when you adjust it, you come back over here. If you have to adjust one, take the number, whichever one's closest. Like, for example, if it had come up to 101, then you come back over here and take whichever one you had to round the most and back that one down by one. Okay? Doesn't happen very often. Usually they come out nice and clean. All right. The third one is histogram, and then a frequency polygon. That's number 5. Now, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and slide the slider bar down a little. It's very similar to the last one, or to the first one rather. Click in down here and type in the number 3. Now for this one, you have to hit tab, hit it once. No, this still works the same way. 3, 19, tab, 44, tab, 27, tab, and 6, tab. Now, in most situations, I mean, in reality, the only difference between the way you draw a histogram and the way you draw a bar chart and a frequency distribution, the histogram like this for a frequency distribution, you see how the bars all touch each other? There's no gaps. That's one of the rules of it. Now, the way they've got this set up, though, like if you click back to the bar chart number 1, see number 1 automatically put the gaps in. This one didn't, so you don't even really have to remember the rule. Frankly, the software takes care of it for you. All right, now we're going to draw a frequency polygon. And so the one kind of trick to a frequency polygon is the first spot has to stay on the x-axis and the last spot has to stay on the x-axis. Okay, those show that we're going to drawing a figure that all the counts are between those 2 points, because bringing them down to touch the x-axis shows that those are the edges. Okay, so we're going to just type in the same numbers as before: 3, 19, 44. So leave that one 0, 3, tab. You have to hit tab twice on this one. I don't know why. 19 wants to make it apply it, wants to get to the next one. I forgot the numbers. 3, 19, 44, 27, and 6. Whoop. 44, tab, tab, 27, tab, tab, 6, tab. Okay? So these numbers in the middle are the same numbers as we had on the histogram, and with the thing that in the first numbers left at 0 and the last numbers left at 0. All right, they're both green checks. Okay. The next one we're going to do is number 9, is an illustration of a time series. Now, number 9 ends up looking kind of like the polygon, except that it doesn't have any rules about things having to stay on the x-axis. So each number we're just going to put in the count. Like we have 2004 is 2162. I'll click this here for 2004, 2162. Tab, first tab it goes up, second tab it goes to the next spot to enter. 2690, 2690. First tab it applies the number, second tab it goes to the next one. 3090, 2 tabs. 1670, 2 tabs. And then 1492. Then we just need 1 tab to bring it up. All right, check answer. The only way to miss that really is to make a typo, I think. And then the last one is an example, is number 11. Build a frequency histogram. This is the one that takes a little bit longer, not a ton. First, we can talk about the classes. So you'll notice that all the data is to the nearest 10th, right? And we have the lower class frequencies. They've nicely listed them all for us. So the upper class frequency, since it's to the 10th, that means this upper class frequency is going to be 1/10 lower than the next lower class frequency, right? So the next lower class is 60.5, so this is going to be 64.9. You tab a couple times. The next upper 70, so this will be 69.9. Right. Next one's 75, so 74.9. Next one's 80, so 79.9. Next one's 85, 84.9. Next one's 90, 89.9. Now this one doesn't have a next one, but you can see they've just been going up by 5 each time, right? So we'll just follow the pattern, 94.9. All right, so that's got all of our classes in. Now what we have to do is get our counts. Now you can just go through and count them. It's definitely doable. It's kind of cumbersome. You notice, so I'm holding down on my left mouse thing, and to copy the heading here, and it's actually copying all these numbers even though it doesn't highlight them. So by copying the heading and then this next thing here, that shows me everything between is copied. So I'm going to hold down Control and hit C for copy. We'll come over here to Excel. All right. Right click and pick this one, match destination. Okay. Now, the next trick to this is we've got to get them in a column. So if I highlight the first row, okay, Control C, come over to the first one, right click, and you see this option here where it's transpose. Click on that, right? It turned the row into a column. We're going to do that for each of the rows. You don't have to do this way, but this is the fastest way I've found to do it. Control C, transpose. Highlight the next row, Control C to copy it, right click, pick the transpose. Highlight the next row, Control C to copy it, right click, transpose, and now the last row, highlight, Control C to copy, right click, transpose. Now highlight all the numbers here in this column. Come over here to sort and filter, left click, and pick that first option. Now they're all in a row. They're all sorted, right? And the reason that's so much nicer is if you come back here to the question. So the question, how many of the numbers are between 60 and 64.9? Well, there's just one. All right, how many between 65 and 65.9? It's just one. By the way, I've done this question between the last 2 semesters 3 or 4 times now, and you never know what the pattern's going to be. It just changes all over the place. 70 and 74.9, 1, 2 of those. Tab twice, 75 and 79.9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tab a couple times, 80 and 84.9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See what I mean? Really, you just never know. You actually count them. 85 and 89.9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 90 and 94.9. 1, 2, 3. Every once in a while, you'll find your mind wandered. You miscount, you check this, you miscounted something. You just got to go back and see where your mind wandered and fix the number. All right? That is literally, that's this whole chapter. Not this whole chapter, but this whole section. We have covered every single problem type now in this section. All right? So you see what I mean? Do you agree with me? I really think this was the easiest one. It doesn't take very long to do all the questions. I hope you found the video helpful. Have a good day.